Okay, for today we're going to practice using some colored pencil techniques. We're going to be using colored pencil for our 1-point perspective project because colored pencil will work for all those little tiny details, and also colored pencil is great for blending and for shading. We want to use atmospheric perspective, which means things that are in the front of our project, things that are close, we want to make them bright and colorful, and things that are far away, we want to make them very soft and light. So the first thing that you're going to do, if you didn't do this already, is to put your first name, last name, and your class at the top of your paper. Step 1, we're going to work on blending colors. So blending colors, it says in the directions here that colors next to each other on the color wheel blend best. So colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. You don't want to blend colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. You won't get bright colors that way. So for today, when we're working on colored pencil, make sure that you also have a sharpener at your table that you're going to share with your team, and then at the end of class make sure that these go back into the drawing cabinet. The drawing cabinet has a drawer of colored pencils, and also I will show you where the full boxes of colored pencils are, since we're going to be using a lot of them. So when you color with colored pencil, you don't want to press hard. With colored pencil, you want to really start with a light color, and notice that I am coloring all in the same direction, really soft. You barely hear my pencil making noise. It's going to whisper. That means it's going to make a little bit of noise, but I'm not coloring so hard that I'm scribbling. And when I'm coloring, I want to go back and touch up any white spots that I have and really fill my colored pencil in. I'm going to go a little more than halfway with this first color, purple, because in the middle I'm going to blend it with another color, blue, because those two colors are close to each other on the color wheel. Notice that I'm coloring all in the same direction and then filling in all my white spots. Now I can go and make this purple even darker later on, but I want to show you how to blend. So now I'm going to start with blue on the other side, and I'm coloring all in the same direction. I'm not switching directions with my colored pencil, and I'm trying to fill it all in from the top of the line down to the bottom of the line. Notice that I did an outline first since I'm using two colors. If you're just using one color, you can outline if you want to. So I'm starting on the opposite side, and when I get to the middle, I'm going to go past the middle and blend those colors together. So I'm mixing them in the middle. This is how we blend colors. Now I'm just showing you how to go from one color to the next. And see, this is what I usually do, is I go back and kind of layer it. You can blend a color if you want to blend a color, let's say in your sky. Remember our book Sky Color that we read? If you want to mix colors together in the whole sky, you can do that. Maybe your sky is a sunset, like these colors here, and so you're going to blend more than one color. And the key to colored pencil is a lot of layering. So if I want this to be even brighter, I just go back over the top, and you can see how it's making it even brighter. And I'm going to go back and touch up and make sure that I'm using good craftsmanship. Remember, craftsmanship is neatness. So I want this to be as smooth as I can make it. Okay, and then I would go back and kind of touch up all my little white spots that I see. So that's step 1, blending two colors together that are close to each other on the color wheel. I'm going to pause the video so you can start practicing. Okay, once you're done with blending, we're going to move on. This part, number 2, is very important because we're going to be using this a lot in our project. It's called shading, and the directions say start by pressing hard and then adjust your pencil pressure to lighter and lighter. You can also, if it feels more comfortable, start very light and then get darker and darker. So inside this rectangle, I'm going to actually start lighter so you can see how it sort of builds as I go. I'm barely pressing with my pencil, really, really soft as I can at the beginning, and then I'm going to go and press a little bit harder, and I want this to happen gradually so that you can't really tell where it's starting to change. Now I'm pressing a little bit harder, and I'm going back and touching up all my white spots as I go, and I'm going to press a little bit harder, each kind of section. The key to colored pencil really is making it smooth and, like I said before, layering. So if I finish this rectangle and I feel like, oh, I don't really see a gradual difference from light to dark, then I go back over the dark section and I can really, really press hard. Here I'm pressing really hard, not breaking my pencil, but pressing hard enough that it's making that color get a little bit darker and brighter in the front. So this would be the front. If I have trees or grass in the front of my project, I would make it very, very bright and colorful there. And then as I'm getting softer and softer, this is because it's moving away. So this would be the back towards the horizon line where things are soft and light. So I'm going to pause the video so you can practice shading. Go from light to dark or dark to light. All right, the last thing that we're going to try today is called hatching, and this is just using lines. You can do this with a lot of things. Pencil, thin Sharpies, thin markers, colored pencil. You can try hatching with different things, but today we're going to practice with colored pencil. So the lines are closer together where it's darker, so in front of your project at the bottom, away from your horizon line, and then you would make your lines lighter and lighter or farther and farther apart as you get towards your horizon line. So instead of coloring, I'm actually drawing lines. So I'm going to start where it's bright and colorful in the front of my project, and my lines are so close together that they're touching. And you don't have to press harder or lighter, but you can, because it will soften it up even more. So as I'm moving away, see how I'm spreading my lines apart, but I'm also pressing lighter. So here I'm going to make my darker a little bit darker, okay? And I'm just doing lines. So this is called hatching. And this is a great thing to use for texture. You could actually color a color in the background and do some hatching on top. So say for trees or something like that, when you want it to look very round, it's a great little tool or trick that you can use. So I'm going to pause the video and then you can practice hatching in number 3. Okay, the last thing I want you to try at the bottom of your paper where it says extra practice, I drew 3 boxes for you. The first one we're going to try together, and this is just using the atmospheric perspective. So you're going to pick any color, it doesn't matter, and your shape in the front, I want you to draw a shape in the front, and then I want you to color that very bright and colorful because it's close to us so we can see all those colors. And I did the same size shape just to show you the difference, how it changes it just with using atmospheric perspective. Now I'm going to color this very, very soft and light, so you barely see the color on it. So this circle is far away. Now I can make this circle look even farther away by drawing it smaller, by adding a horizon line, but I wanted you to see the difference just with atmospheric perspective. So I want you to draw a shape, draw the same shape farther away, color the front one bright and colorful, color the one farther away very, very soft and light. All right, I'm going to pause the video so you can practice that.